Everyone. I'm
Hello.
Camille Taranis. I'm a studio artist and a graphic designer, and I also do illustration as well. Right now, my art practice is mainly just kind of like recoup from COVID, like going out and doing paintings as I feel. And my work is basically recruiting new business for Compass Group, which is where I work. We do proposals for big companies all over the world, which is very exciting. And then I also get to do a very fun aspect of my job, some custom illustration for each company, which is great. I actually have three different sets of drawings in the show right now. It's very much kind of a conversation between myself and the landscape, which is something I used to do a lot when I was growing up. I actually grew up in Wisconsin, in a really gorgeous county called Door County, and it's very much known for like its wetlands, for the lake, and for Lake Michigan and Green Bay basically are the two big attractions up there. Everyone travels to it. Um, the parks are just gorgeous. But one of the aspects about it is that it's very touristy now. It's getting very overbuilt. And so the other drawings that are in the show, the ones that are more of a limited palette, they're more grayscale with a little bit of brown, a little bit of blue. Those pieces were actually created as a reaction to that, about the overbuilding of that area, about it transforming from natural landscape to something that has more of a human hand integrated into it. So, as far as my practice goes with relation to those, it's really just my reaction to the world. These are actually done in plein air. So they're done in real life. I go out into the landscape and I'll hike. I have a bag and I have a Pourchade box, which is basically a wooden artist box that I take out. And I sit down and I work in the beginning with watercolor, and I will build up my color layers. I'll start with the sky, usually because that's a lighter color. And that way you're able to integrate that through the drawings. They're all on paper. But if you look very carefully, you can see that it is actually several sheets that have been glued together. This is actually like a bubbling in a tracing paper layer that has been adhered. And you can see where the stems of these just very shadowy trees go down. That is actually the edge of the tracing paper coming in and interacting with another layer of paper and a different layer of drawing behind, which is also limited palette, using some grays, some blues, and then the pops of red. These pieces are also reactions to that overbuilding of the landscape, but it's more subtle than the others. In this one, you can see just a simple tree house in the background. I think of drawing as any kind of mark making at all. Um, it could be anything from using charcoal on paper to, actually cutting something out of paper and gluing that element down on the page.